Keep on rocking in the free world.
Keep on rocking in the free world!
Oh, it's been a long week at work, but I'm all nice and cozy now. Just watching some TV, got the wood stove going because it's getting down to, what was it, about 4 or 5 degrees at night, so not anywhere near freezing yet, but still to the point where it's nice to have the wood stove, and boy, I can't imagine life without it. Lately in the media, the local media, on Global BC and on CTV News, there's been a lot of stories about various RV encampments around Vancouver. Now, as you know, I always promote the positive aspect of this lifestyle and people that do this by choice. But there's always going to be the people on the other end of the spectrum who are, not doing as well, or maybe lost their jobs, or they didn't do it by choice, or they're just generally not very well organized people and they're just bad with their money. And those stories are much more common south of the border. I know in Seattle they've had a lot of problems. But that's a totally different demographic than most of the people that are watching this channel and most of the people that do the van life, the RV life. In our community is people, it's mostly people that have jobs or they have income and they're either travelers or they work in the cities. They're just regular Joes. And but then there's that lower end, and they always tend to get the media attention. Now, when I do stuff like CamperCon and the various times that I've been on television news and radio news and newspapers, it's always been a very positive spin about the benefits of this lifestyle. And it's always been, I've always been really happy with that, but you still can't stop the clickbaiting media from going after the sad story to try to, pull at everyone's heartstrings, or to outrage people too. Like, look at those homeless bums squatting on the street. Unfortunately, as I've said before on this channel, and I know sometimes some people thinks that I must be a jerk, or I'm not understanding, or I'm against poor people or something, and that's absolutely not true. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's these ones that ruin it for everyone else. Now, you see, there are always slobs in the world, no matter what they live in. There are people in rundown apartments and houses with messy yards and trash everywhere. They can't take care of themselves. Man, wasn't there a network or cable show about that? What was it called, Hoarders or something? And it was just showing how some people live, and it's just absolutely disgusting. But they're sight unseen, so you don't hear about it so much on media. Whereas the RVs are in public view, and they're taking up public parking spots, and they get the focus of the attention. So on us as a community, we have to be way more conscious of how we project ourselves to the world and how other people see us. Because perception really is everything. And when people set up camp on a street and they never move, all right, you stay there for days on end or weeks on end or even months on end in some places, and then they get hassled. I'm sorry, but I can't really have sympathy for that. You're ruining it for everyone else, and you're causing signs to go up. You're causing police and bylaw enforcement blitzes. Now, there's one of the stories was just in Burnaby, which is just a few minutes from here. It's part of Metro Vancouver. The city of Burnaby had some officials speaking on this, and they're saying, look, it's okay if you want to park here or there overnight. But if you park somewhere overnight, and then you stay there all the next day, and then you stay again the next night, and then you stay again the next day, okay, then we're going to have a problem. And I read this, and I'm like, isn't that exactly what I say on this channel all the time? Now, I understand that most people in their RVs probably don't have YouTube, probably don't watch YouTube. They've never seen me, and they probably wouldn't give a crap what I have to say about it. But everything that I see keeps coming true. I tell you, move every day. Don't be a squatter. If you don't want to move, why in the hell did you buy a house that has a steering wheel in the living room? All right. Now, okay, some people might not have any money, so they can't move. Well, how in the hell did you buy an RV? How did you afford the insurance, the plates on that RV, the constant insurance on it? You got to pay for that every month or every year. You've obviously got a driver's license, so you've got some responsibilities you can take care of, but you can't put a few bucks in the gas tank and move it every day? I don't understand that. I really don't. You're literally saving thousands and thousands of dollars in rent but you can't put a few bucks in the gas tank? There's something else going on. Either you're into drugs, or you just can't handle your money, or I don't know. But for some reason you can afford to own the vehicle and insure the vehicle, but you can't move it. And that's screwing everyone else over. The other part of the story was that these people, not all of them, but some of them are opening up the sewer grates on the ground. They're not dumping sewage on the ground. So far I've never seen that, thank God. But they're opening sewer grates, putting their hoses down and dumping right into the sewer system. All right? Seriously. You manage to buy an RV, you manage to pay for the insurance, but you can't drive to a dump station a couple times a month? I can't comprehend that. So please, for the love of God, don't be one of these people. Don't buy an RV with the intentions just to park it on a city street and squat there. That is what ruins it for everyone else, because the average person sees that and now they label everyone else in their RVs to be like that. When the truth is, most of us aren't. There's only very small groups of people that are like that, and they all stay in the same places and they never move, and they don't take care of their vehicles for the most part. They have tarps on the roof. It's just, I would be one of the ones complaining if I had a business or a house near them. So of course I understand where people are coming from. Just move. Yes, there's going to be some people who have an emergency, or they've just lost their job, or maybe their engine is done and they need a rebuild that's going to cost thousands of dollars so they can't move their vehicle. That's fine. But not all of them. They can't all have the same fucking problem at the same time. Come on. So, I'm a little frustrated because there's so many good people doing this, so many respectful people doing this, and people that play by the rules, and even people that have never seen my channel, never met me before, or anyone else's channel, and they've never even done this before. They get their first RV, and they just had the common sense from the get-go to not be an asshole, to move around, to respect parking limits and time limits, and be careful of where you park, and look around, see if there's any neighbors that might be upset with you parked there. Businesses, whether you're taking people's parking for businesses, all these things you've got to keep in your mind. You're sharing the city with everyone else, and you have to be respectful of that. And of course, so when police knock on your door and ask you to move on, you don't really have a right to be upset. They're doing their job because they got a complaint, and I understand that. I have not had a knock on my door from the police. Oh God, it's been over a decade, and the last time I had that was literally just to ask me to move on because they had gotten a complaint. And I was in that place for 2 days. So I should have known better. So I move on. Come on, don't start a fight with people. Don't have the wrong attitude. If you have a positive attitude and you respect everyone else in the city too, and you realize you don't own that parking spot you're parked on, everyone else has a right to park there as well. We don't get to stay there as long as we want. Life would be so much better. The only other time I had a cop knock on my door was actually at CamperCon. He came over and he asked for a sticker because he watches this channel. A lot of police watch this channel, and I think they appreciate knowing that most of us are not a bunch of homeless vagrants. We're not drug addicts, and we're not trying to get away with being, vagrants on society or whatever. We're working class, and we contribute to society, just like everyone else. So when your bad apple gets out there and does that, it makes everything harder for everyone else, and we don't want that to happen. So the city of Burnaby now is talking about changing their bylaw. They have a bylaw right now that says you can't park an oversized vehicle on city streets for more than 2 hours between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., something like that. They're now thinking of changing that to no parking oversized vehicles overnight, period. Not for 2 hours, not for 1 hour, not for 1 minute. That way they can spot a vehicle and immediately ticket instead of marking tires and coming back in 2 hours. They don't have resources to do that. So you see, because of a few bad apples, they're thinking of changing the bylaw for the entire city of Burnaby. It'll be a blanket-wide bylaw, and now you're not going to be able to park anywhere there because of a few people. So please, please, don't be one of those. I implore you, don't make the mobile community look like homeless squatters, because we're not. Keep on rolling in the free world, not squatting.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to check me out on my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, maybe buy some rad t-shirts like this, or maybe you want to show me your rig or ask me some questions, just head on over to justincredible.tv.
Why don't you get a job, you homeless bum?
Get a job?
Yeah.
What? Excuse me? What's the matter with you, you white picket fence loving idiot? Why don't you go give your landlord some money and pay for the privilege of living in his house? Now who's homeless now, huh?
Just Incredible TV is not gluten-free.